Welcome back to Daytime. All right, we are going to talk about Scouts Canada and how about playing safe outdoors. It's a great theme today, isn't it? We have with us Morgan Black. She is from Scouts Canada. Welcome to Daytime.
Thank you.
You know what? I think a lot of people assume Scouts and they automatically think boys.
Yeah. Well, Scouting, a lot of people assume that it's not co-ed, but it actually is a co-ed organization.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
And listen, let's be honest, Scouts have been around for 100 years, right?
Yeah, very long time.
So many different things are offered by Scouts Canada. Let's talk about you a little bit. You were telling me earlier you started when maybe you were 9 or 10?
Yeah, 9 or 10, around the last year of Cubs.
Yeah. So and it was your mom that kind of suggested this?
My mom had been in Girl Guides, and she wanted me to get into that kind of organization. So I went into Scouts, and yeah, I really enjoyed it, so I continued.
What do you think the first thing it was that you loved about it most when you first started? What do you think caught your eye or your attention?
Going on camping trips with all my friends, because I knew all the people who had originally been in my Scout troop, and just hanging out with them all the time and going camping and having fun experiences with them, that really hooked me. And
that's really interesting because I think, for one, the organization itself, all ages just about, right? And you were telling me earlier that, I don't know, it starts at 4 or 5, something like that?
Yeah, it starts at about, around 4 or 5, because there's different stages.
That's it.
Yeah, different sections. There's Beavers, which is for the little younger kids, and there's Cubs, which is for around 9, 10, 8, those kind of ages. And then there's Scouts, which is me, and then there's Venturers and Rovers.
It's interesting. And there's a natural progression, right? So you start young. Clearly, we're not going to send our 4-year-olds for a 5-day camping hike.
No, when you're in Beavers, everything's more done for you, and it's guided. And then as you get older, you become more independent, and you plan things on your own, and you plan what you're going to do if you're going camping, and it becomes more of your organization.
Isn't that interesting? I think that's really fabulous. All right, so you've brought some stuff with you today. So we're talking about outdoor skills, how to be safe, what to have with us, because not only do the Scouts do it, we like to pretend that we're Scouts. A lot of us grown-ups, we pack a bag and stick it in a trailer and we go out someplace, but we may not be prepared.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that we should think about if we're going to do some outdoor activities?
Definitely just to be cautious and to know. So first of all, of course there's wild animals and insects all around where you'd go. So say you're going on a camping trip, it's best to just be aware of, say, what kind of animals would reside in that specific area you're going to. And so it's just to be prepared. Like, say if there's ticks, there's no need to really worry, but just maybe wear long sleeve shirts, have bug spray on, just to keep safe.
It's really interesting because I'll be honest, that freaks me out, the whole tick thing, right? We've been hearing so much about it, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we need to stay away from these areas. You're like, you know what? Don't worry about it.
No,
bug spray, long sleeves.
And if you happen to get a tick, you just take a tick remover, some sort of device like that.
Now, what does a tick remover do or look like?
There's different types. There's one.
Oh, you have it here.
Yeah, I have. This is one type. There's many different types. There's keys and all sorts of different kinds of things. This is just one of them.
Okay.
And what it does is sort of, you would just grab it. It's sort of like tweezers, and you would just take it out.
Okay, but you can easily see it?
You can easily see it. They're totally visible.
Okay, so it's not like a little...
Yeah, it's like a little black thing.
Okay.
Most of the time, and so it's very visible.
Does it feel like, well, I'm assuming you may not, but does it feel like a mosquito, you think? Like, would you know? Or you
I have had ticks, so I do know.
Wow.
And I've had quite a few, actually, but they're no big deal.
Okay, you know what, Morgan? You're rocking my world, because in my head, I'm thinking it's a huge, big deal, and you're like, whatever, take out your thing, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's just totally safe.
Okay.
You don't have to worry if you do it properly.
I have now just lost like 10 pounds of stress about my next camping trip. Glorious. All right, so we want to watch for ticks.
Yeah.
We want to watch for animals. I know we've been in a couple camping spots where they tell us to be really careful about storing your food.
Oh, yeah. That's mainly for other animals and bears, because you don't want to attract all these different animals that could pose as a threat. And so just leaving your food out, it'll attract animals, of course, and you don't want them to get in it, first of all, but second of all, you want to keep yourself safe. So it's better just to store your food up high or in a tree somewhere where animals won't be able to get it, just to keep your food and your stuff and yourself safe.
Genius.
Just so there's no animals in your area.
How do I avoid getting lost? Let's say I'm doing one of those hiking, camping things.
Just try to stick towards the trails, and if you're going somewhere on your own especially, make sure people know where you're going, where you are, and when you're going to be supposedly back, and how long you are going to go to that place for.
I think nowadays, too, we're kind of lucky because we have cell phones. Now, granted, there are some spots where you're not going to get a connection, but sometimes, even if you, let's say you get lost, if you can walk a little bit till you get something, you can, you know, we're lucky because we have those devices, right? But still.
And everything is more or less close to each other, so you don't really have to worry too much about getting lost, but there always is that possibility.
Okay, really good. So what else should I bring with me if I'm going to do a camping or hiking trip, outdoor activities?
You should definitely have a water bottle, yes, of course, and sunscreen and insect repellent, just because it, first of all, keeps you safe, but second of all, just keeps you not irritated.
Oh, yeah, comfortable.
Comfortable, exactly.
Smart. Now, I noticed you've got some gear, so you've got some jackets.
Yeah, rain gear, just to keep you safe from the elements, and so you don't get cold and stuff like that. And backpacks, good reliable backpacks are nice because you can rely on them for carrying all your stuff, and it's good to have a lot of space. And
they're probably waterproof as well, so if it does start raining, it's not a big deal. This one is really, really big. Is this a special one?
Yeah, it's a really good quality backpack.
Okay, I see what that is. Beautiful. What about, is this a first aid kit?
Yeah, this is a medical kit. And so you can bring it with you, and it's in a waterproof sack, so you don't have to worry about all the contents getting wet. And so what it is just, hopefully you wouldn't need to use it, but it's just in case. And say you get a scrape on your knee because you fall down, or something a little maybe more serious, you can just treat it on your own to the best of your ability, and it's just nice to have that with you.
You are so mellow. Look at you. Nothing's worrying you. Let's talk about this before our last minute.
Oh yeah,
what we're doing with that?
This is bear spray, just in case.
Bear spray?
Yeah.
No problem. It's like a tick, just spray the bear.
It's almost like pepper spray, but bear strength.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and so.
Have you ever come up on a bear?
I've had a few encounters with bears, but not directly, where I've been maybe inside a house and then a bear comes and presses his nose against the door and things like that. But I've never been outside really where a bear comes, so I haven't had that many experiences. But with bear spray, it's what I've heard is just in case you get into a situation where you're very close to a bear and it might be being aggressive, it just works and you spray it and it goes away.
Wow.
And there's also this thing called a bear bell.
Okay.
And what that does is if you're going in an area, you can just ring it a little, just to
advise other people.
Yeah, and just so bears will go away because they won't like the sound.
We're almost out of time. I can't believe I would talk to Morgan forever. Let's not forget that we can go to the Scout store.
Yes, the Scout Shop.
Scoutshop.ca. We can get all the proper equipment and for your safe camping activity. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about pets and meet some fabulous dogs. We'll be back in just a second.